Brand new to politics, so forgive me. I'm 47 years old, I'm a father, a grandfather, and I'm basically a citizen who got tired of shaking his head. I'm told in the news and I'm told by the existing legislature that things are getting better and schools are getting better and the river's getting better. I look out the window and it's not. So for me it gets pretty plain and simple. If you're happy with the way things are, maintain the status quo. If you're not happy with the way things are, it's time for a change. I think it's mandatory once in a while, if things aren't working the right way, that we get rid of who's there, replace them, and if they don't do it right, get rid of them too. Right now we've got Senate legislature pretty much rubber stamp whatever comes out from Jeb Bush, which he's a good guy. But like everyone else, he needs a check and balance in place, and that's not there. So we have a governor who can do whatever he wants. We get what we've got. I moved here a few years back because I don't like the way Broward was. I don't want to see Broward follow me up here. If you folks don't mind Broward or Boca or Palm Springs or Palm Beach coming here, then again, maintain the status quo. I personally don't like it. I like driving down the one and seeing trees and grass and bushes and hopefully see the St. Lucie go back to being clear. I know a few people who have gone into the St. Lucie and gotten infections from swimming in it. It's not a good thing. I don't know if anybody here will actually eat the fish that they pull out of it. I wouldn't. My father's an avid fisherman. He's moving here because I touted the St. Lucie. I hope it gets cleaned up before he gets here because then I'm in trouble. I can't claim to have all the answers, but I am driven and determined. When I was asked to run, it was the last thing I expected to do. But then something I've tried to teach my kids: when you see something is wrong, speak up, do something about it. And I got tired of shaking my head at the TV and decided I would do something about it. This is my way to try to make things better. I can't guarantee anything, but I can guarantee determination, drive. I joined the Marine Corps when I was 17 years old. And at that time, all I wanted from my country was the opportunity to serve it. Didn't have guaranteed training, guaranteed rank. All I got was a guarantee that I can go in and do whatever my country wanted of me. It's 30 years later. I can't take on the world anymore, but I can offer myself to serve this community. The Treasure Coast is an awesome place to live. And I'd like it to stay more like it is for my children and my grandchildren than turning into Broward. That's me. Thank you.
Specifically to Bill Ramos, our St. Lucie and Indian River Lagoon are in terrible shape. We've neglected them for over a generation. How can we cure this problem?
About 4 or 5 years ago, I started driving up here with clients, and that's pretty much what nailed it for me to move here. Going over the Roosevelt Bridge and seeing the river, I fell in love. I spent about a half hour trying to get back down to the bottom so I could see it. And between calling my wife and my parents, kind of stood there like a little kid looking at Christmas. It was beautiful. Then it turned green, which is not good. We need to do something immediately with the discharge. We had just a very little bit of rain, and it decreased the salinity from 30 parts per million to 6. That starts killing the oyster, the seagrass beds. You've got to fix it. If we took some of that discharge, instead of directing it all along east and west and destroying the Caloosahatchee as well as the St. Lucie, let some of it run down to where sugar rules, the Miami and the North New River canals. Why not? It'll decrease some of the pollution going out east and west. We lose almost 2 billion gallons of fresh water that we need for our aquifers to drink, to cook with, to take baths in. It's being flushed out with all the polluted water, all the horrible water in Lake Okeechobee. Immediately, let some of that water run down the Miami Canal and the North New River. It'll alleviate a lot of the discharge problems. We haven't had rain yet. When it comes, we'll see what happens to the river. Long term, Mark Perry's got it nailed. We need to restore the Kissimmee. We need to restore the floodplains. We need to lower Lake Okeechobee. We need to let nature do what nature did so well before we decided to try to fix what wasn't broken. There's nothing wrong with nature. Nature did a good job. We need to allow for sheet flow of water going south. I own my own business. I'm a mortgage broker, just very small. Don't do a whole lot of it, just enough to eat. If I could, I'd make a living hugging trees, because without our environment, without our water, without the grass and the trees, I grew up in New York City. Concrete and trees are no fun. I don't want to see concrete and palm trees here.